Hi everyone, it's Brenna, and in this craft we are going to be making our tide pool seashell wind chime, okay? So these are the supplies we need. We need our shells, our starfish, and our string. There's also a metal ring in here that we're gonna need, okay? I have this packet. I don't know if you guys have this packet too. This has our instructions in it, and it has some really cool information about tide pools. I can't read it all to you guys just because there's so many words here and I gotta make the craft. But when you have time, you should really go through and read it because it's really interesting and it teaches you a lot about tide pools and sea creatures, and it's a lot of fun to read, okay? So, I'm gonna get started with our craft. The first thing we're gonna do is, of course, take everything out of our bag. So, we have our string, okay? We have our starfish, and we have our seashells, okay? So I'm just gonna get all my stuff down on the table. Okay. Now, first thing we're gonna do is we are going to tie our string, one string at a time, onto our shells, okay? So, what we're going to do is we're going to take a string, take a shell, okay? And we're going to find the biggest hole. So, right here up in the corner is where I'm going to tie my string. We're just going to put it through, okay? And tie a knot close to the shell, right? We don't need to leave a lot of string on the end. We just need to tie a knot right there on the shell. Alright, this is what mine looks like. Okay, you see how it's hanging? And we're going to do this for all of our shells, okay? So that's one. Another string. Another shell. I'm going to put it right here. Tie it again. Just like we're tying our shoes, just a normal knot, guys. See, make a loop, pull it through, pull it tight. Just a simple knot, okay? That's two shells I have tied. Next one. Here's three. Okay. All right, here's our next one. This will be number 4. All right. Where did I put my last string? Here it is. Couldn't find it for a second. All right. And here is number 5. All right. So we've got all 5 of our shells tied onto our string, okay? So now what we have to do, this part can be a little bit confusing, okay? It took me a minute to understand it, so make sure you just watch what I'm doing. I'll try to explain it the best that I can, okay? So we're going to take our starfish out. Be careful with it, it's fragile. Now what we're going to do is each of our 5 strings is going to get tied onto a different arm of the starfish, okay? But we don't want to tie it on the end. We want to tie it closer to like the middle, okay? Okay, watch me and try to watch where I put the string, okay? So we're not going to go at the end of the string. We're going to go closer to the middle, okay? Because we need to have string on the end to tie onto our ring, okay? So here's where I'm going to put it. Okay, you see how much string I have left over on the top? That's super important, okay? We have to make sure that we have string on the end. So now I'm going to take a different shell, and I'm going to move on to the next arm of the starfish. Remember, guys, you need to have a lot of string on the end. So I'm going to go about here. Alright, so now we've got this. Okay, so I have string on both ends. It's very important. We're going to do this for all of our shells, okay? Alright, last one. Takes focus. Okay. So now, can you guys hear my dogs barking? Alright, now we've got all this leftover string up at the top, okay? This is what we are going to tie onto our ring, okay? This part. This is why we needed that extra string, okay? So here you can see it's tied to my starfish. Here's all the extra string that we saved up at the top. Remember, because we tied it in the middle of the string. Now what we're going to do is put our ring through, okay? Put this on the ring. And now we're going to tie it in a knot, okay? Just like we're tying our shoes, except now there's a lot of strings instead of one string. We take all our string, make a loop, all right? And then we have to make sure that once we have our loop and we're ready to push the string through, we push all of the strings through, all 5, okay? All right, You see? So now we can hang our wind chime from our hook, and when the wind blows, all the shells will knock together. So, just to go over it, because this is a little complicated, I know it's kind of tricky. When we tie it to our starfish, we tie it in the middle of the string, okay? So that we have all this extra string up at the top. We put our loop over our extra string, and we tie a knot around our little ring, okay? Just like we're tying our shoes. Just tie a little knot. Pull it tight, all right? And then when you're ready to hang it, you can hang it from the ring, okay? If this was kind of tricky, you can rewind the video, go back to whatever part you need, and watch it again, okay? I know it can be a little difficult, so I hope you guys have fun. I hope you take the time to read the packet because it's got a lot of cool information in there. And I hope you guys have fun hanging up your wind chimes and watching them blow, okay? All right. Well, let me know how this one goes, and I hope you guys have fun. Bye, everyone.